Hi. Hello, it's Kellard DeShellard here, and I'm here to talk about Luigi Mangione. Again, guess what? There are updates on it, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So, let's get started. Luigi Mangione waived extradition this morning and was officially transferred to New York to face his charges there. Which, if you don't know what extradition is, it's the transfer of a convicted criminal to another jurisdiction. In this case, Mangione was transferred from Pennsylvania to New York. Also, he waived it, which means he was transferred without a hearing. That was his decision, though. Before this happened, there were a few updates on this case. Along with Tom Dickey, his Pennsylvania lawyer, Mangione hired another lawyer for his charges in New York, Karen Friedman Agnifilo. Fun facts, she's married to the lawyer of Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy. Ew. Luigi Mangione is officially charged with 1 count of first-degree murder in the act of terrorism and 2 counts of second-degree murder. One of the counts of second degree also being the act of terrorism, while the other count was that the assassination was intentional. Maximum penalty for first degree is life without parole, and the penalty for second degree is 25 years to life. He also may be facing some federal charges. It's a lot, but I'll list them like somewhere here, probably. There are additional charges as well, some being criminal weapon charges for the 9mm pistol and suppressor found on him when he got arrested in Pennsylvania. Also possession of forged instruments, which for example includes the fake IDs that he had on him. Now what's interesting is that some reporters say that the act of terrorism is solely based on the outcry of social media and wanted posters around New York with Brian Thompson's face and others with an X on it. No one expected this and had nothing to do with Mangione. However, from his manifesto showing his premeditated plans, it makes it a little bit messy, especially since in his manifesto, he notes, "I do apologize for any strife of traumas, but it had to be done." So there was an expectation for political outrage. And just this presence of a manifesto meant that maybe he wanted to be caught? I don't know. Very, very messy. But anyways, Luigi Mangione's manifesto is in fact online and published in an article by Ken Kippenstein. I don't know. I'll put it in the description for you guys to look at on your own time. And I want to bring up a quote from it. "Frankly, I do not pretend to be the most qualified person to lay out the full argument," meaning his view on health insurance policies. "Many have illuminated corruption and greed, e.g. Rosenthal Moore, decades ago, and the problems simply remain." Now, who's Michael Moore? Michael Moore produced a movie in 2007 called Sicko, accusing the healthcare system of murder, and recently posted the whole thing online. This is all relevant because Moore actually responded to Luigi, from the reference in his manifesto. He wrote a whole post on social media supporting Mangione, where he says, in short, "Yes, I condemn murder." His main rebuttal is that healthcare companies have committed murder from people having insurance, denying their claims, and it costing their life. He says that these insurance corporations and their executives have more blood on their hands than 1,000 9/11 terrorists. You can't be the CEO of a company where you knowingly deny care to people, often leading to their deaths, and not have people mad at you. People hate you. People who have no pity for you because you have no pity for them. Insurance companies have a lot of power, and they know that, so much so that they can deny people with pre-existing conditions. How is someone supposed to get the care they need when it is constantly being brushed to the side by large-scale insurance companies? one of them being United Healthcare. I covered this a little bit last time, but there were several GoFundMe accounts as well as others from different platforms for Luigi's legal fees. One of those GoFundMes had reached $111,215. This has now been taken down because the site prohibits legal fundraisers for defendants of violent crimes. And that's understandable to an extent, but that was a good amount of money that they had collected and could have used it. Another topic that has been circulating social media with this hashtag Free Luigi movement is the possible jury nullification for Luigi. Jury nullification is when jurors essentially overlook evidence and allow the verdict to become not guilty. An exception that can be made in cases like this because there was a need to send a message alluding to the social issue of healthcare. And this is 100% possible, but it truly all depends on what his defense is going to be and who ends up in the jury. Now, if they decide to go this route, it might be risky as it does make it seem like this was an act of terrorism, like this was on purpose, that there was an intent to cause a reaction amongst society, and that's exactly what they're looking at right now. Karen has really got to pop off if Luigi's gonna get through this unscathed. Well, I don't know about unscathed, but like, not in prison for life? One last possibility is essentially to plead insanity or base it off an emotional reaction that he had, which would steer away from the conviction of terrorism. For example, to make it seem like that he was under emotional disturbance due to pain medications from his surgery, that this was not premeditated and was based on impulse. However, the manifesto would make that kind of hard to just brush away. The likelihood of this actually working is rather low. It all really comes down to what is in that manifesto that he wrote, and again, what his defense is going to be. And yeah, so that's all I have for you guys today, but hope you guys had fun, and I'll give you another update as it comes. See you guys later. Bye. Excuse me.